Hello everyone. We decided to do a year in review for 2023. So we thought we would do not just bodybuilding things that we did this year, not just personal. We thought we'd mix it all together, kind of just cover it month by month.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest one is getting our new place. I work from home, so starting a new job, choosing to prioritize our family.
That's kind of everything when I think of what 2023 was about. All of our changes we made were to prioritize family, put that first, quality time.
Yeah.
Every decision we made this year was with that in mind. We decided we wanted Shane to work at home. That was really important. So when he was finding a new job, that was of utmost importance. So we could spend as much time as we could together.
Yeah, the prioritization of that, and basically having the life that we want, not that we think that we should have or that society thinks we should have.
It's so easy to disconnect from your partner. So that was a huge thing for 2023.
Yeah.
Another big thing, kind of along the same line, we also decided for me to make the choice to not work anymore and kind of go along more of the traditional style of living.
Keeping with the same mentality of putting family first and spending more time together. Because if Nicole was working, she is a very successful pastry chef. She does wedding cakes, and wedding season is crazy in the summer. So if she were to do that, we wouldn't see her all summer.
Yeah, we'd be passing ships, and honestly, that's just not, we've both lived that life before, and it's just not something we wanted to do again. No. So we made that decision for me to stay at home and be able to look after the family, be able to help Shane with meal prep and be able to be there for the kids and just allow us to have that time that's really important to us.
So how did you start 2023 off?
So I started 2023 very plump. I was at the end of my bulk. I was very festively full, as Aaron would say. I was in a big build for pretty much all of 2000. So the start of 23, Aaron said we're gonna do a little mini cut, and I thought, okay, cool. I will be, a month or two. 8 months later.
And as you can see by the pictures.
Yeah, we'll put some pictures in. It was definitely one of the most challenging dieting experiences of my life. Obviously not as hard as prep, but it definitely challenged me. I learned a lot about myself during that cut. It was cool to see what progress I made. It was also cool to see what changes need to be made and what improvements need to be made. So a lot of 2023 was spent very hungry, as well as it was for Shane.
Yeah, so I started 2023 out, actually right in January, prep.
Yep.
So as you can imagine, Nicole being in a very aggressive cut and me being in prep, it was tough. So I started prep for the Van Al Showdown in April of last year. I had won the show the year before, but I didn't do a national pro qualifier that year. I wasn't ready, so I had to do another regional. So I was prepping for that show. So long story short, Nicole and I are both hungry, both feeling the passy outies sometimes and low blood sugar. But one really cool thing is that we really learned how to communicate.
Yes.
And we learned, each other.
Yes.
And to be honest, it was one of the best kind of learning experiences for us, and it really grew us stronger together as a couple.
What is the most memorable moment of the cut and prep for you where we kind of got at each other? Let's see if it's the same one.
There's a few. So we came home and we were having a disagreement or
probably over absolutely nothing.
Nothing. I don't even remember what it was. It was something stupid. But you know how prep is. If you've been in it, you know how it is.
If you're at the gym that day, you probably seen us in a snit at each other about something.
I mean, we don't, for the record, we don't sit there and yell at each other, but we definitely have a conversation, and we get home and we look at each other and we're both upset about absolutely nothing, and we're like, we're going to have a nap. So Nicole goes into the kids' bedroom, I go into our bedroom, and an hour later we come out and we're good. So.
Yeah, I think we just looked at each other and we said, were you just hungry? Yeah.
Yeah.
We learned so much about communication. I thought I was good at it before. I learned so much, and it really, really helped us to learn to just say what you mean. If you're feeling something, just talk about it.
Yeah.
I think next prep, it's going to be cool to kind of put some of those tools that we learned into it, because it was certainly a learning experience. We've never prepped with a partner before.
No.
So it was a pretty cool experience. So by the end of the cut, I think I was down 40 pounds. So it was definitely a year of losing weight for me.
That's quite the mini cut.
Quite the mini cut. Aaron, I'm going to be on to you next time you say a mini cut. But no, it's good. It's part of it. I know when you build for a year or two, you'll have to come down eventually. That's part of it.
Yeah. And then it was, we talked about Van Al. Van Al was very special for us.
Yes.
Nicole and I met at a show, and it happened to be Vancouver Outlet Showdown.
I was a spray tanner.
Yeah. So that's how we met, and history.
Yeah.
Here it is. But it was very special for us to go back. In fact, I got quite emotional. We both did. Going back, and it was a really emotional show for us because it just showed all the hard work to get where we were, and then here we are showing up, at a show that we met at. Living together and living the life that we've always wanted to live in a way we want to live it in. And yeah, I get a little emotional even talking about it now because it's, I love you.
I love you. Cool to see you go on stage after a year because we were able to spend so much time together. We train every single session together.
Yeah.
We sleep, eat, we spend, I think bathroom breaks are the only time we're apart.
Some people might find
that a little crazy,
but we love it.
Even that, we're like, come on, get out of the bathroom. So
you're my best friend, for sure.
You're my best friend too. And I was able to sit and watch every single one of his posing sessions. There's my speech impediment.
Portuguese sessions.
We learned also this year, I can't say shh noises. Anyways, I was able to watch all of his posing.
Yeah.
I was able to be there for...
You didn't just watch all my posing. So let's recap this, is that, and Chris Parker, who helped me with posing last year, Nicole was there every single time, looking at my posing, telling me what needed to be done based on our last sessions.
Even when you didn't want to hear it?
Yeah, Nicole was hands-on.
Yeah.
Every meal was made, marked, ready for me. I didn't have to do a thing. And to be honest, I couldn't have imagined having that kind of support before. I'm extremely lucky, and I truly believe that I've been as successful as I've been in this sport in a short period of time because of Nicole, especially last year here.
Thanks, dear.
Every workout she pushes me, we push each other. You see it in our progress. So
it was really cool to see a whole year of every day working at this, to see you on stage. It was pretty cool, and we actually designed the evening show routine together.
We did, yeah.
So that was really cool.
Being able to do it with Nicole, kind of in the front row, for Nicole. And at the end, I literally blew her a kiss, and I was like, that's for you. So it was it just kind of summed up our life right there. And it was a pretty special moment. So
Van Al was, I think, really different. We celebrated it for so many other reasons than just bodybuilding. Yes. So it was a really special show. However, you did qualify.
Yeah, I got top 3 in all 4 of my categories, first in Masters in both bodybuilding, and of course, I didn't get first in Masters in bodybuilding, got first in Masters Classic Physique, and then second and third in Open, and of course, Open Masters bodybuilding. So we qualified for all 4, but we made the decision going into Toronto we're going to focus. So
yes, that was a big one this year. I think for us was like a bit of maturity in the shows now. It wasn't just about getting your feet wet like it had been maybe the previous year.
Yeah.
To trying different things. We thought, let's focus in on one and do one thing really well.
Yeah.
Your major goal for 2024, jumping ahead here a bit, is obviously chasing that Masters Pro card.
Yeah.
That's what we're after.
Yeah.
So we wanted to put all of our energy into that.
You could do a lot of things really good, but I want to do one thing great. Van Al, we came away from there. We got some feedback from the judges, like we always do, which is so helpful. They were like, more size. So that's what we really focused on for the next 6 weeks in between that and a Toronto Pro Qualifier in June. So, yeah, we're working on that.
That was a very intense 6 weeks.
Yeah.
One, because it was back-to-back prep. So after you're exhausted and hungry and wanting to just kind of go back into real life, Shane hopped right back into a very intense, unique kind of prep because our coach and Shane knew you guys had to put on size before you got to Toronto. So you were prepping and also adding muscle, which was really cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool to see how that went down. So you were kind of pushing yourself when you were at your absolute most exhausted state.
Yeah, and then I'll leave the science to Aaron, my coach.
We just follow what he says.
But we basically used food spikes here and there. We actually had refeeds, refuels to be able to spike everything and spike our levels and, of course, gain muscle. We ended up gaining 2 to 3 pounds over 6 weeks, which really is cool. Huge.
Shane absolutely worked his ass off. It was incredible to watch you be, in this hard prep where you're exhausted and you're doing cardio and you're in a major deficit, but also building, which is equally as exhausting in a different way. So you were pushing, you weren't able to just kind of check the box and go to the gym.
No.
You were there to build as well. So it was pretty incredible to watch.
Yeah, you're trying to if you've ever built before and like a major build, it is very taxing on the nervous system. Right now we're building and we're both in bed by 8. I don't think I could stay awake past 8.
Yeah.
It's just so taxing on the nervous system. You're sore all the time. Prep is different. You're tired all the time because you're exhausted. You still have to put in that cardio. You still have to put in those workouts and try and keep the intensity high. But you're not focusing on building, right? You're not building new tissue at the same time. So those two together were extremely taxing.
There's definitely some times I had to carry you through this. Well, not carry you. I'm not that strong yet. Maybe one day. Yeah. There were some times you had to lean on me as we're, walking through the store because you were literally almost passing out.
Yeah, so we had 6 weeks of prep. Again, totally different. We really took the judges' feedback and gave it our all, and we made big changes to the point where one of the head judges, was weighing me in, saw me and wasn't too impressed with me at Van Al, thought I could have been better, and he was right, and saw me, and he was so happy with where the progress was at after just 6 weeks. So I was pretty proud of that, of what we did as a team to get there. So. And
Shane not only did a back-to-back prep, you also, you crazy man, started a very intense new job around that period of time.
So 2 days after Van Al, I was on a plane to Toronto to get training for my new job. And it was crazy. I was gone for a week and then back here learning a new job and of course prepping within that 6 weeks. The beautiful thing about that though is that the Toronto, pro qualifier was obviously in Toronto, and the office was close, so I was able to kind of wrap a trip up with that.
So it was very intense. Shane trying to learn a new job while being on a major calorie deficit. Your brain just kind of doesn't work anymore when you're that hungry. So, but you did it, and I must say, because I listened to all of the work calls here, because you work from home, you sounded on point for all your calls. So I don't know how you did it.
naps here.
A lot of naps. The prep list. Another thing that we had to deal with through the second prep, which now we look back at and laugh, but at the time It's crazy. We really went through some major illnesses.
Yeah.
One mainly a week before the show.
Almost exactly a week before.
The kids came down with, I think it was norovirus.
It was, yeah.
Very intense projectile vomiting. It was bad. So after watching Shane put so much effort into this past year,
then it was almost 6 months of prep, to get to that point,
And all the time, the money, the efforts watching Shane do this, I thought there is no way you're gonna get norovirus before the show. So I booked a Airbnb for Shane on cardio one day. I just booked it. I'm like, you're going to this Airbnb?
Yeah. I mean, you try and keep a even keel face, but when you're in the depths of prep hell and you put so much time and effort into it, we both, like, I'm not just talking about me, I'm talking about both of us, put everything into it that last year, and
thinking it could all end because you're going to catch your
and lose
children's
15 pounds
virus and lose weight, and you wouldn't have been able to compete.
Because like 2 or 3 pounds on stage can make or break you. So
off Shane went to a different town here.
Yeah.
And you had to be alone, and at that moment of prep is kind of intense. I was here with the children, fully face masked.
You see that picture.
Giving a bath with the face shield and trying to do everything in my power to gloves, not get sick.
Hand sanitizer, the mask.
That week I treated it like a hospital.
Yeah.
The kids were quarantined, and
with all that said, Nicole did not get sick.
Nope.
I did not get sick.
No, we did not get it because I think
we did it. High five.
That was so stressful, but we did it.
Yeah,
I can't believe it.
It was extremely stressful for both of us because, like I said, we put so much into it. So for it to come out like that was pretty amazing. Yeah, so then Toronto. Great show.
First national show
I've ever done. Yeah, it was a great experience. I learned so much. I had a lot of help from Maria, who's a pro at the gym. She really helped me kind of refine some of the posing to really give it a little bit more of a classic flair and to show my strengths.
Yeah, your posing was so awesome in Toronto. We were
and stage presence. Stage presence was a big one.
Huge.
Looking at the judges, being present, waving. Stomach control was a real issue in Van Al. I fixed that. So much more confidence. Yeah, and to the point where we even the 1 minute routine that we did, it was like night and day. I felt like, okay, I deserve to be on the stage, and I felt confident, and that's what you want going into a national show. I've grown so much as a bodybuilder in the last year. Posing, my mentality, how I look at prep, how I look at the suffering, quote unquote, and I now feel so lucky. We both do. We feel so lucky to be able to do this sport because not a lot of people can. Toronto was an awesome experience, and I can't wait to do it again, hopefully this year. We got home, finally able to be off of prep. Yeah. We enjoyed a wonderful trip in Mexico. Yeah, went to Mexico. We celebrated. So that was really fun. We had a good trip. It was nice because we realized too that we both, bodybuilding is our life. So we pretty much kind of continued our regular pattern of life down there and worked out and every day. Yeah. Had some cool workouts and some good food and met some really cool people. Yeah. We unfortunately got sick at the end of that trip as well. Yep. With the Mexican bug of some sort that everybody seems to be getting this year from there. So that was a little unfortunate, but we bounced back from that. Fortunately, we didn't lose too much weight from that because it's when you get sick when you're not a bodybuilder, it's not a big deal if you lose weight, but when you're trying to build, you're trying to keep, the gains on, it's pretty devastating when all of a sudden you lose
10, 15 pounds for some people, right?
Yeah, and a lot of times with the dehydration and so forth.
And it doesn't just come
10,
back.
15.
It doesn't just come back. It takes sometimes weeks, months to kind of recover from something like that. So
in between, I guess, Toronto, we finished the Toronto Pro Show there. Felt really well. We did really well after. Came back. We dealt with a few injuries. We had to get the health markers in check. We always get, blood work done and so forth. Prep, dieting and so forth can be really taxing on the body. So you really need to make sure that you're keeping that in check. Came up with a few injuries, a rotator, kind of shoulder injury, and an elbow injury there as well. After, 6 months of prep, you kind of stop. You allow your body to rest, and that's when you start to feel the aches and pains. And it took about 5 months to get everything in check, health marker wise, and of course get the injuries under control. And it was tough, to be honest. Mentally it was very tough. This sport is, so dear to me, and it's given me so much in regards to my whole life, and mentally it's really helped strengthen me. When I couldn't get into a build right away, usually take a few months off, get back into it. Seeing my 2024 season kind of start to slip away, that was tough. I dealt with, some downs. Nicole was amazing and there for me every step of the way. My coach was there every step of the way, helping me out. And finally we got the A-OK to get back into a build, and that was about, I think about 8 weeks ago, 7-8 weeks ago. So but now we're back on track. We've got a pretty good plan. There's one thing I can take from 2023 is that no matter what life throws at you, you gotta sit back and learn from it.
something else that was really cool for us in 2023 was we did a switch of our type of eating plan that we do, which was really cool. Because in 2022, we spent the year watching, I watched Shane do these epic refuel days on Sundays, and Shane watched me hit crazy calories, 7 days a week through a macro plan.
Yeah.
So after watching each other do it, it was really cool to be able to switch, because Shane needed to put on some bigger size, faster, which meant higher calories all the time rather than just the lean build style.
Yeah.
And after I did such a big build where I put on a lot of weight in 2022, Aaron, our coach, wanted me to take a little bit of a leaner approach this time, since I added some tissue, and go the leaner route. Switching was pretty cool, and we were able to both help each other. And it's really cool now to see, coming into 2024, how it's gonna look for both of us, since it was opposite last year. I mean, Shane's gonna be putting on more body fat this year, along with the muscle and the size.
I've already gained 20 pounds.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
Yeah, it's
Shane's never been hotter.
I'm blushing.
It was really cool to see also in 2023 kind of the fruits of our labor of working at the metabolism for myself and you as well, because the last couple of years have been about building the metabolism.
Yes.
And this year I kind of got to really put it to the test and see how strong it is, especially with these refuels. I never thought I'd be able to eat 10,000 calories. It's pretty cool to see that putting in so much time towards a goal, it really paid off. And
But not just your metabolism, the amount of time and effort you had to put to gain muscle, because in order to do cycle diet properly and to add those calories and to eat that amount of calories, you need to have a lot of muscle on you.
Because sometimes when you're in it, you think, wow, where's the end goal? I know at certain points of this year, 2023, I definitely was questioning if I was going to be able to make it, because we had a certain weight we were working towards before I could even attempt the cycle dieting. So it was really cool to see finally, after all the efforts, it actually worked. Bodybuilding is often about, it's not short-term results that you see. It often 1 to 5 years. I mean, it takes a while, so it's cool to see sometimes the final result. Mm-hmm. Coming to a close, where we were just thinking tonight actually about what our goals are for 2024. Physique goals. What are your physique goals for 2024?
I want to eat 30,000 calories in a day. No, that will not be.
We can't afford that.
We can't afford that. No.
You're gonna have to go back to work.
Yeah, exactly. My physique goals right now we're continuing adding, lean tissue in general, so gaining weight. Last year, Classic Physique, they added weight to both amateurs and pros, and it's been quite the jump. Everyone, you can tell, is busy trying to put on weight right now, and I'm no different. So adding weight, getting to the point where we feel comfortable changing the physique, working on our back. Back depth is huge, lats are big. I've really worked on my glutes and hammies, and they're actually coming along quite well.
Yeah.
And just overall size. So that's my physique goal.
My physique goal, gain train. I just want to grow. Just keep growing as much as I can.
Would you say you're growing your boat?
Grow your boat.
That sounded weird. I heard it.
But yeah, my goal is just to keep growing, keep on the plan, just kind of keep doing what Aaron instructs me to do. A lot of people ask me, when's your show? I have no idea when my show is going to be. I'm in no rush. I want to go on stage when I'm ready to be on stage. I absolutely love the day-to-day of this. So when it's my time, it will happen. But I want to make sure that I belong up on the stage when I go up and I have enough muscle tissue. You
want to compete, not just at a regional level, but you want to be competitive at the national level.
Yeah, so...
I think that's anyone's goal.
We kind of were talking about this the other day, how, as I'm getting older and being a woman, dieting is hard on everybody, but, it's especially hard on women, and I think, you only have so many dieting years in you when it starts to kind of get harder, and every time you do a prep, it's hard on your body. So I'm personally of the opinion that I want to just do, less preps. I don't want to be getting out there necessarily before I have as much muscle as I can.
Yeah.
I want to kind of limit my dieting as much as I can. So I'm not rushing it at all. I'm just going to take my time, do it right.
I think a lot of pros even that we've talked to, especially women, have said that they wish that they would have taken things a little slower.
Yes, that's been the number one advice everyone has given me, is just take your time.
I think that's advice for anyone.
Yeah.
This sport it's not a race to the finish.
No.
It's a progressive, it's like progressive overload, right?
And health is really important. I mean, I want to be around for a long time for the littles, and for you. So it's really important
and for me.
And for you. It's really important for me to keep my health and take things slow, not rush things.
I know we both have, our limits to, competition and, health. We're very health conscious, especially our coach is very health conscious as well. But we
taking the proper health phases, making sure that we're here for our family. I mean, that comes before anything. So, what are your personal goals for 2024?
My personal goal for 2024, I've got one, and that is just to continue spending time with my family, being there, being more present. I try really hard to do that, but just continue the lifestyle that we have.
I love it. That's my goal too, is just to continue on what we've been doing for 2023, to be honest. Just prioritizing us, our family, what makes us happy, and just prioritizing our time together. That's huge for me. And every decision we make is based on that, and it's been working out pretty darn good so far.
And if it doesn't suit that and line up with that lifestyle, then out it goes.
Gotta try to find a way to spend more time with you.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it out.
We're at 23 hours and 23.5 hours a day. We need to hit 24.
Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong. Yeah, and I think another one is, you know, the goal for this year is a pro card. You know,
That is the big one.
we were really close last year, you know, and I'm really proud of the progress we made. I really feel like this year we're putting in the work and we're making huge changes. We're delaying, you know, when we're going to be back at show to be able to build a lot more and put a lot more tissue on. So learning from last year, we're going to come back leaner, meaner, and bigger. I'm really confident for next year. But like I said, you know, the main goal here is not just pro card. It's definitely, you know, living the bodybuilding lifestyle, and I absolutely love competing. I love the lifestyle. We love it together. We do this whether there was a pro card or a medal or anything. It's the best sport on the planet. Hands down, I'll say that to anyone. I'm just so passionate about bodybuilding. We both are.
Yep.
Any way we can promote it and be a part of it for life. So
I'm excited to see what 2024 will bring.
me too.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, you guys. And let us know what your New Year's goals are.
Let us know what some of your goals for 2024 and what went well in 2023. Some highlights, maybe some things you overcame. And you know what? If you like the videos that we have, please like, subscribe, comment. We'd really appreciate that. We love doing these. So, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.